You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxFallsFireworks.org. Mr. Farris, how are you, sir?
Hey, pretty good, man. Yahoo and all that. Let's do this thing. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Everybody strapped in, ready
Like
to go
the
here?
fuse.
See, June Carter Cash has a birthday today.
Nice.
Like June, that whole Cash thing. Johnny, big fan.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Were they related?
Yeah, they were married, John.
Oh, okay.
Woo! Wow.
Kidding.
Oh. Former American Idol judge and now current, and I mean current, on tour bass player for Journey, Randy Jackson, has a birthday today. Isn't that just wild, isn't it?
That's very cool, though.
Plays bass in Journey. That's boy, who would have thought? Jess Whedon, or is it Whedon? Whedon.
I don't know.
You know him? He's writer, producer, director. Brought us Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, the series, which I loved. Also the movies with the Avengers. This guy gets around. He's got a birthday today. Let's see here. The only reason I'm hahing is I wrote this and I cannot read my handwriting. I'll just be totally honest here. I must have had a lapse and turned into a doctor writing a prescription, because I have no idea. But apparently I need 500 milligrams of something in the opioid family. I'll just get that to Lewis later and see how it goes. This one I can read. 1784. I hope that was nothing major. 1784, the very first documented U.S. balloon flight took place.
Like a hot air balloon?
Hot air balloon.
Okay.
Fella's name was Edward Warren. You know what's super cool about this? Little Eddie was only 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I'm guessing his dad had like the balloon parked in the driveway and he was taking a nap and Eddie swiped the keys. Said,
Swipe the keys to a balloon?
yeah, 13 years old. He should be on money.
He should be on money.
And it was 1974, the very first extraterrestrial message was sent from Earth into space.
What'd they say?
That's it. It was compiled by, and I don't know if you remember or not, Dr. Carl Sagan.
Okay.
He was a big guy when it came to what's going on in outer space. Some of the things included, he did a breakdown of human DNA. Some major things about our culture and being human beings, what our planet was basically made of, oxygen and all that thing. So he's all this information out there. It was the strongest radio signal ever, 200,000 times more powerful than your basic radio signal. But basically what he did, when you think about it, is he gave them all the information they needed to just kill us.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what
are.
I was thinking. I was like, is that a good idea?
Now, some people strongly believe that those messages have been answered with some really, really super interesting, very intricate crop circles around the planet.
Yeah.
In the past 20 years.
I've seen those.
I've seen them too, but then there are people who, actually admitted that we're the ones doing that.
Well, that wasn't me. I've never done a crop circle in my life, John.
Nor have I, although we should. How funny would that be? Let's go out and do a big, giant, sunny crop circle.
Yeah,
Can we do that?
I don't want to take the time to do that.
Who can help me do that?
I'm one of those people who firmly believe there's got to be something out there.
I think so, too.
Because certainly in recent months, because if all there is us, well, what a disappointment.
Yeah.
Right?
We're the best we got.
That's it. Come on.
Come on, God, you can do better than this. All right. Well, Dan, thank you for that report, sir.
Sure thing. I'm going to figure out what that first item was I can't read.
Yeah.
I bet it's really good.
I bet it is, too. Hey, I just want to let everybody know the fireworks, even though some website yesterday said they were canceled, they're not. They're still on. I sent a message to that website, and I have not heard back. So what was that all about? Dan sends me a message. Hey, what is this? It says the fireworks were canceled.
I came across a news posting that said that I'm going, no.
The JC's
I had never heard of that particular news source
and
before,
it's from some out-of-state company that has, and I clicked through, and they had a whole bunch of things that
By
were
out of
listed.
state, of course, we mean Russia.
No, it could be. But they were canceling everybody's
Russians.
fireworks, a whole bunch of them. But the Sioux Falls fireworks are not canceled. They are on. All of the details at SiouxFallsFireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Top of the morning, Dan of the Smalls. The Smalls here. I'm in Smallville. Here we are on the radio. Little Ranger Dan Critter Corner. Hey, Johnny, you're looking good. Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, been giving this a little bit of thought. You know, seems to me your nickname should be Katrina.
Why is that?
Because you're rocking me like a hurricane. There's a little Scorpions reference there to start things out. You know, last week we started kind of a little deal here, little Radio Rangers for critter knowledge. I thought it might be kind of fun to just go kind of alphabetically. Of course, started with the A's. We talked about aardvarks a little bit.
We did?
Followed that up with the bison and the bees, which, of course, today is going to lead us right to the elephant shrew.
Did that
What an interesting animal. Well, I don't want to be predictable. And people just start expecting things. The elephant shrew, sometimes known as the jumping shrew. The elephant shrew is just a cute little rodent-like critter that gets their name from their elongated nose or snout, which, in fact, pretty much resembles the trunk of an elephant. And they're pretty darn quick, too. In fact, these little devils can run up to 18 miles an hour.
Oh.
And even though their average size is only, well, about 4 to 7 inches in length, and
Really?
they weigh in at an average of just 3 to 10 ounces.
Huh.
Here's the real crazy part.
What's that?
Now, there's several species of shrews, but the elephant shrew actually does not, from a genetic standpoint, really resemble the common shrew at all. In fact, pretty much related much more strongly, to an elephant.
Really?
So you got to be wondering to yourself, like I was, how the heck does that work? So, did a little research, saw what elephant shrew experts had to say, and they pretty much came up with what I was thinking. It's got nothing to do with the male elephant and a female elephant shrew, because that just that goes poorly from the get-go. However, when you boil it down, when you take a little male elephant shrew and a female elephant, well, let's put the pieces together, shall we? You might want to write this down, little Radio Rangers.
I think that's what happened.
So what the male elephant shrew will do, he'll select a mate from the elephant herd. Now,
I don't think
he'll be patient and take his time, and he waits, of course, for the female elephant to be standing there napping. Now, when you consider the average male elephant shrew can jump up to 3 feet high, and the female elephant stands about 11 feet at the shoulder, well, it's just 3-4 jumps, and there you go, right up to that. Now, when the male elephant shrew is, how should we say, in place, he slaps his little tail against the elephant to get her attention, and then submits a series of high-pitched squeaks, which elephant shrew scientists say, when translated, mean anything from surprise to who's your daddy. Strangely enough, the female elephant seems to be oblivious to all this. However, after 30 to 40-day gestation period, the female elephant will give birth to a litter of 1 to 3 tiny little elephant shrews, which she also doesn't seem to notice. Now, while none of this has ever been documented or substantiated, it really makes you go, wow.
May just be a theory.
The wonders of nature.
This is amazing.
Science. That's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I hope you learned something. I know I'm pretty full. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Bears and murder hornets, those will kill you every time. This is Ranger Dan. Surprise! Ranger Dan, out, say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Each month, you have these things called bills. They have to be paid. It's part of being an adult, not the fun part, but it's important. So if you can find a way to cut some of these expenses, it makes that bill day a little better. At InsuranceChicken.com, we'd like to help. Our site allows you to see what several different companies have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, sir? You got some good news over there?
I'm doing all right. Well, what I've been trying to do over the past few weeks, certainly, because now we are officially into summer, and summer usually means all kinds of events and celebrations and brouhaha, and let's have some fun, and some things are a go, and a whole lot of things aren't.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to keep up to speed on this. For instance, just recently, the Rock County Fair in beautiful Laverne, Minnesota, has been canceled.
That's too bad.
I have been to that a number of times over the years. It's kind of cool, and that is simply not happening. So I wonder where Laverne's going to come down on Hot Dog Days, which actually is an international celebration. People come from around the globe to go to Hot Dog Days.
It is a big deal. It really is.
It's huge. It's huge. You go to Laverne, there's hot dogs everywhere. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a hot dog. What you doing with a dead cat? I don't. It's just bad. So yeah, Rock County Fair canceled. To bring you up to speed, the Minnesota State Fair is canceled. The Iowa State Fair is canceled. South Dakota State Fair is on. Sioux Empire Fair is on. Sturgis Bike Rally is on. 4th of July fireworks in Sioux Falls are on.
Yeah.
And just came across this. Porkapalooza is a go.
Okay.
Nice.
Fact,
I've been to that. That they have pork. And they also have...
It's right in the name. And they have losers. And
No loses, just paloozas.
That's been slated for August 28th and 29th this year. Porkapalooza co-founder Garrett Grouse said, hey, you know what? People want to get out. They want to do fun things. They've been cooped up. And by the end of summer, some of these issues are going to be resolved. Are they, Garrett? Do you have a crystal ball, Garrett? Are they going to be resolved?
Yes.
Some strategies
Already resolved.
said are going to be in place. We're going to do everything we can to keep everybody safe, and the organizers, of course, working with health officials and blah, 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 blah. As far as, because they've moved around a little bit, as far as the actual venue, according to this release, going to be at one of the Lifescape locations.
Oh, really?
In town.
Oh.
Porkapalooza is?
Yes, that's what this. Yes, this is one of the Lifescape locations in Sioux Falls. Will be the venue. Organizers hope to make the exact decision soon. So,
Okay. Interesting.
Porkapalooza is happening,
That's really cool.
and that's what I know so far.
That's a lot more than I thought you were going to know, because
I'm an award-winning.
that announcement just came
You
out.
are.
Yeah.
It is still...
Investigative reporter.
I can still smell it. It's fresh pork. So, yeah. I'm glad that you had as much info as you did. Coming up, we got some good news to get to.
What is he? He mocks me.
I'm not mocking
Sounds
you.
very patronizing.
No, it's not.
It's like he thinks when I get cut, I don't bleed or something.
I know you bleed. I just, I had no idea that there was that much info out, because I just thought that they said, hey, we're going to do it, but I didn't know they were going to.
There's a reason
details.
my therapist drives a paid-for Mercedes, John. So I can't seem to make any
sorry,
progress.
Dan. I'm sorry. Well, coming up, we do have some good news to get to. We have a thing called Your Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine. And our Bright Spot of News has to do with Lake Lorraine. That's on the way. 2020 has become quite an interesting year.
Many people have been cooped up for way too long.
We're excited to join hundreds of friends for a fun time in Cancun this October.
Hear awesome music from Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, Billy Idol, and many more.
The seance is at the end of October, and we are ready for a vacation. I hope you will join us.
We've been to this event for many years, and it is so much fun.
Get more information and reserve your spot at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And our bright spot of news today is actually has a lot to do with Lake Lorraine. There's a cool event coming up this weekend. I've got Drew Peterson joining me right now. Drew, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Now, you are kind of the guy that's putting together this All-American Movie Weekend, and we're going to have a movie Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Lake Lorraine. Tell me a little more about this event.
Oh, I got the idea when I was in quarantine from the COVID-19 pandemic, actually. I, for one, like to go to the movies pretty often, and not being able to do that kind of bothered me. And I guess I really tried to think of a way to deal with the pandemic and still get what I want. And honestly, I was just confused how everybody are quarantining like the Chinese or Europeans, where sometimes not everybody has a car. But that's actually one thing that makes America uniquely great, is that almost everybody has access to a car. So we can still do gatherings and stay safe if we do in a drive-in type setting. So I just really thought this would be a good idea for the community.
I think it's a fantastic idea. If people would like to go, do I buy my ticket in advance? Do I pay the night of the event? How does all of that work?
You can pay the night of the event. It'll be $10 for ages 12 and up, $5 for anybody 5 and up, and then free for ages 5 and under. You can pay in cash. You can pay in card as well. So that's part of the night, though. I got to say, it's going to be the Big Orange food truck is going to be catering the event.
Nice.
Their dishes will be available. It's made, and they have some of the best chislic you'll ever have. And his menu changes up night to night, too, so you never know what you're going to get from him. But he's a Minneapolis chef that just wanted to open up his own food truck, and honestly, I don't think I've ever been to a better food truck, so I'm really happy I can partner with him on this one.
That is fantastic. Now, let's talk a little bit about the movie. Is it the same movie that's showing each night, or is it different movies each night?
No, it'll be Anchorman at 9 o'clock and at 11:15.
And that'll be all 3 nights?
Yep, on June 26th, 27th, and 28th.
So this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's the same movie for each time. Do you plan on maybe doing something like this again in the future, or just kind of this one time, or what are your thoughts on that?
I'll be doing it in the future if the community seems like they want to. I definitely want to, but first we need to show up. This is kind of the prototype of it, so I really hope it works out.
Well, I wish you the very best. We'll do everything we can to help let folks know about it. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing, and thanks for taking the time to chat with us about it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Again, Drew Peterson is the guest that we had today for today's Bright Spot of News. I'm going to throw a link to the information so you can find all the details, and then if you want to get tickets, you can go and be a part of it. Again, it's this Friday, this Saturday, and this Sunday. It's right on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls, and again, all of the information will be on our Facebook page. Our Bright Spot of News brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom, also on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Small businesses are the heart of our community. As things get back to normal, I hope you'll go out of your way to do business with locally owned businesses in your area. We've been so pleased with the response of our gift card challenge that we're gonna keep this going. If you can, buy an extra gift card. You can use it yourself or give it to someone who needs a little help right now. When you buy a gift card, remember to post a photo on social media with hashtag giftcardchallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
Time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's go, celebrities. Fabulous. And some fall hard, man. They fall hard. Now, I've been following this story, and I'm not quite clear on whether this was brilliant marketing, if it was just kind of a snafu, or what was going on here. But this involves the Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
As you guys know, I'm a fan.
Yeah, Ford tough.
I am a fan. Well, the Ford Motor Company is now delaying the unveiling of its highly anticipated new Bronco SUV lineup, because the launch date was scheduled to coincide. Well, it wasn't scheduled to coincide according to the people at Ford. It just happened to fall on O.J. Simpson's birthday.
Yeah, we talked about that.
For those of you that need a refresher, O.J., of course, made a stunning getaway.
In a white Ford Bronco.
The highways of L.A. It was the greatest chase ever. I think it took about 9.5 days.
And they were going like 8 miles an hour.
They got about 3.5 miles.
Cato Kalin was driving.
Now, Ford Communications Chief Mark Truby communicated on Friday that the company is moving the debut now to July 13th. Now, the reveal of the all-new Ford Bronco lineup will now be on July 13th.
Is that Cato Kalin's birthday?
It's on a Monday. I don't know. And whatever happened to Cato?
I don't know.
Who knows?
He fell off the face of the earth, didn't he?
Now, the previous targeted date of July 9th unintentionally, and that's the word they're using, unintentionally coincided with O.J. Simpson's birthday.
I'm sure it was unintentional. How could they have possibly known when O.J.'s... It's not like they said, hey, let's release
Somebody
this.
Google this quick.
Somebody better find out when O.J.'s birthday is.
But did they? Because, again, when you look at it from a marketing standpoint, this thing's gotten a lot more free juice. Look at what I did.
Orange juice.
But this thing's gotten a whole lot of free publicity just because of this.
Yeah, it really has.
Now, I've been in marketing rooms. I've been around the table, and I've played the what if. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. It stands to reason that it's real possible that somebody at some point went, oh, hey, by the way, that's OJ's
Possibly.
bird. You don't know. I mean, they're saying, no, that's not what happened. I give them the benefit of the doubt. But again, here we are talking about it.
Yeah.
And we ain't charging Ford a dime for the exposure.
We're not?
That's right.
So,
let's quit talking about it.
There you go. Should be darn interesting.
I'm glad they're bringing the Bronco back. I always kind of liked the Bronco.
Yeah, that happened to be a 1993 Bronco that
OJ was in.
Infamous slow-speed car chase back in 1994. Tying up I-405 in L.A.
The eyes of the nation were
remember
upon
watching
it.
that on TV.
I do, too. Watching it going.
Thing.
It was almost, in a way, I mean, it was tragic and horrible and everything else, but that chase was like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
It really kind of felt like it.
It was so bizarre.
Unbelievable. So we'll see what happens. But, all said and told, and you take that away from it, Bronco is pretty iconic, man. A lot of people swear by him. So good luck, Ford. Way to go, man.
Yeah, a lot of fans. Well, Dan, thank you for coming in, sir.
Joe Thang.
Hey, for those of you who missed the announcement earlier, the Sioux Falls fireworks are indeed still on this year. There was some supposed fake news company from some other place that posted online yesterday that they were not. Hopefully that's going to get all cleared up on their site too, but the fireworks are still happening, and a big thank you to all the sponsors. You can get all the details about the event on the 4th of July at SiouxFallsFireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Tuesday, June 23rd. Equities markets continue to shrug off COVID-19 risks in favor of economic recovery and future earnings. The S&P 500 gained more than 0.5% on Monday, with shares of tech stocks in the lead. Apple and Microsoft, market leaders before the pandemic, provided much of the lift. This week, investors will be focusing on the upcoming earnings season. The second quarter reporting cycle starts in about 1 month, leaving little time for investors to position their portfolios. The outlook for earnings growth is dim. The consensus for the S&P 500 is close to negative 50%. But there is a reason for the market to be optimistic. Among them, a high probability the S&P 500 will far exceed the consensus estimates for the quarter. And tied to it, a round of analyst upgrades for later in the year. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.